Hello everyone, this is Halloween Crazy. I wanted to make a little video showing my Jack Frost animatronic that I got from Home Depot for 2023 for $200. And I wanted to do an honest review because I'm not really that satisfied with him, and I'll show you guys why, but I'll also show you the good things. And I'm hoping that this video maybe will reach someone at Home Depot and maybe they can try bringing him back next year with some minor improvements to make this guy really an amazing character, because when I first saw that there was a Jack Frost animatronic in the stock photos, instantly my jaw dropped because that's such a unique thing. I think more Christmas animatronics would be great, like maybe penguins or, stuff like that. Elves and stuff like that, as long as there's a good creative team with this stuff, I think it'd be really great stuff. And talking Christmas trees that aren't crazy, because Christmas trees are now like $500 a good one. So a talking one, as long as it's in the animatronic price range, I think it would be amazing to see stuff like that. But I wanted to show this guy, so I got him. He was the last one in stock at my local store, and I'm not too happy with it, but I'll also say the good things that I like about this guy, because I really would like to see him come back with more improvements, because I think he is a hot seller. But let's just start with the head area. His hair I'm very happy with. I think they did a good job with his hair. It might be glued or stitched or something. It looks really good. I like the spikes that they did with the sparkles, although the sparkles are going everywhere. You can't do anything about that. But I think the spiky hair really just looks nice. I do like the way it is on the box because it's a little bit more perfect. And I will say, obviously, yeah, this is the prototype, so yeah, it looks the best and everything's perfect. But at the same time, there was a time when things on the box looked like what you were actually buying, whether it was from Techie or something. But it's just it's a little disappointing that we're going to these routes. But going back to him, right? Hair fine, eyebrows fine. I like how they put some of the frost on his eyebrows. I like the way this all is. The hair is kind of messy, but it's fine. Going to his face, now his latex face in itself is not perfect. Now it has a hard plastic shell underneath it, but it's not very, I don't know. I think the latex mask itself is a little bit too big, which was also an issue with Sinister Steve from the Home Depot this year too. It just seems like it's way too, like, I don't know, something just is off. And it might be just his eyes, but I'm just really not a huge fan of it. And also his nose is like damaged and crooked, and this piece indent is always there, so when he talks it kind of looks weird and you can't pop it out too. It's really weird. I don't know. Going back to his face, and I'll get to his eyes in a minute. I wish his paint job was a little bit different, a little bit. I think I understand it's mass produced and it's made in China and etc. But at the same time, it looks like they got a light blue base coat, and then they just quickly whitewashed with like a grayish color, and that was probably it. I would have liked for more detail going around there, maybe with a black or something. And like I said, I understand this is being, made in a different area and not everything's perfectly clear, and we should just be happy that it's detailed. But at the same time, especially in the hands, I'm noticing a lot of sloppiness. And for $200, this guy is more pricey than Dean the Deathologist, and Dean has light up eyes, moving mouth, moving head. This guy has the moving head and body, but that's, I think, still one motor. So I really just, I'm not too sure. Now, going to his nose, so like I said, it's not the best. He has some purple details all over his head, which I do appreciate, but I don't think it was done the correct way. You can see just like a straight line above his forehead. I mean, yes, it's better than nothing, but going back to the box, you can see that it's just like the purple more blends in kind of. His ears stick out. His hair is going more up instead of out and puffy. He looks more slim face-wise. And then you look at his head, and then you're kind of like, what did I just buy? Going to his mouth, I'm actually pretty happy about his mouth. I like how his teeth are there. I like how they're fine. There's a little bit of shadow on the teeth, I believe, to give some detail, which I like. You can see his gums, which is also good. I'll also say that I think that like the mouth movement is pretty fine. I like how it's not too much foam in it. You can see me squeezing it, because I know there's like the Jester that has way too much foam. But I think his mouth moves fine. The programming's a little iffy. With some of the phrases, but I think it still looks fine a little bit. Really going back to the nose detailing, I think it looks all right. Cheeks, like I said, I wish it blended in a little bit more. You can see the frostbite kind of, I guess that's what the purple would be, but on the ears, which is nice on both ears here. It's all right, but I wish it was done a little bit better. If they came out with some other improvements on this guy, because I really would, like I said, I would really would like to see him come back for another year with some improvements. And like I said, I'm also going like really nitpicky. I don't understand why his eyes are orange. I'll insert a photo of what they would look like if they were like blue, which I think looks a lot better because he's Jack Frost. I don't know why he needs yellow, orange light up eyes. It doesn't really make any sense to me. He's not like I guess to match his teeth, which doesn't really fit either. So it's fine. But that's what I'm gonna say about the head. I think the movement on this guy is fine. I think the mouth movement, I think his phrases are fine. But we'll get to the phrases in a second. Going down his clothing, I've seen some people where they set him up and he looks kind of weird, but I just made his clothing look normal, you know, so he doesn't have super skinny arms. And I think the clothing is fine. I like the detailing on it. I think the scarf, which is really just like a printed on cheap fabric, but I think it looks fine. Like, I'm not complaining about it. You can put it on whatever way you like. I like how he has like a bow tie and like a suit type of thing going on. His sensors right here, sorry. His buttons have a little bit of snow in it. I really appreciate that. It almost looks like they bleached it or something, or white paint, but white paint with some black. It's interesting. It's different. I'm fine with it. Now going to his hands. This is where I was really shocked because he has these hands, right? And you think they're so cool, but they're really kind of bad. Yes, they are the hard plastic, you know, typical SVI hands. But at the same time, looking at his thumbs and fingertips, the white just really offsets kind of things. I mean, I don't know how they could do it really much better, but also the washing on this hands, I don't know if it's because they were just doing hundreds of thousands of them, but, or not hundreds of thousands, but, you know, thousands, but it just looks kind of sloppy on both hands. I understand it's just plastic and it's smooth. I just wish it was done a little bit better, but the purple on the hands, you know, looks kind of iffy. I would like for his fingertips, not just his knuckles, which, I mean, the knuckles is fine, but his fingertips, if they had a little bit of frostbite, that would be nice. Although it would be too much purple, I don't know. I just wish it was done with a little bit more quality and care. Going down to here, his pants are fine. They have like the snow detailing going to the feet, which goes to the shoes, which are just a very basic blue with a blue plastic with his the white splatters. I think the splatters are fine, but I wish the blue boot had a little bit of detail before the splatters, maybe some black outlining the shoelaces or something, just because if you're squinting, it kind of just looks like a blue blob. And there is detailing in these plastic shoes. I just don't, you know, I understand it's hard for them to do that, but for a character like this, I wish he had a little bit more detailing, even if it's just a little bit of airbrushing over it, just to give it something, and then the white splatter. But, you know, now one of the things I am happy about is that his leg poles are actually square. And I know it doesn't really sound like it would make much more of a difference in Ignore My New Kitten, but the square leg poles really are showing to make him more stable. Now, this guy is not an outdoor animatronic, but he definitely is less wiggly than some of my other SVI animatronics. And I don't know if it's the welds are better or something like that, but just the square leg pulls, it really shows. And there also is some supports for his leg pulls too, but you can just see the squareness. I really do appreciate that, and I think it helps with the stability. Another thing that Home Depot always does is they've removed the external speaker jack. Now in this case, I wish they had it because and mostly everything, but because of his audio. I like his phrases, I like his voice and everything like that, but his audio sounds like it's coming out of a low quality tin can, and I really wish it was better, just so that you could understand what he was saying. And also, we've seen things done on like the Three-Faced Jester and stuff like that, so I don't understand why necessarily the audio has to be so low quality on him, if they're cheaping out or the microchip or something. But I think when they're testing these animatronics as prototypes, they should make sure that the audio is good throughout, because that's one of the major things. There's been some good animatronics this year, but the audio has really not been the best. But I digress, and I will say that that's probably all I'm going to say about this. I think he's a decent animatronic, but I will unfortunately be sending him back. He's just, I'm not feeling it. And hopefully if they bring him back next year with more new and improved stuff, or at least like some of the things like the eyes, or the eye color, or the I don't know, the anything, his hands, I would be much more happy with my purchase. And for $200, I would hope that he is in good shape. Alright, so thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.